Welcome back to Two Guys and a Movie. This is episode 3. We hope you've been enjoying the past 2 episodes. If you haven't, what are you doing with your life? Go check it out now. The first movie we did was Dan's Pick, which was Alfred Hitchcock's classic Rear Window. And then the second review was my choice, which was one of my all-time favorite horror movies, Jacob's Ladder. But today we are discussing a classic Western from 1970, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. So this is Dan from Return of the Disc. He joins me once again. And this was actually your pick today.
I wanted to do a Western. I love the Western genre.
Me too.
And I think this is a unique Western. It stars Clint Eastwood as sort of this gun-for-hire drifter. Happens upon a group of bandits who are holding up a nun, played by Shirley MacLaine, rescues the nun, and then seems to go on this adventure with her. He's kind of stuck with her, and then she's playing it like as this nun who wants to be safe. Mm-hmm. Eastwood unravels a mystery behind who she really is as we go on, and their dynamic is sort of this Western horse trip trail across, because Eastwood's after this gold, and she just wants to be safe. But so they get this. It's kind of a tale of comedy here for me.
Yeah.
And that's really it. I mean, it's really MacLaine and Eastwood for most of the movie together until we hit that big climax at the end. But directed by Don Siegel, who worked with Eastwood before this one on Coogan's Bluff, and then would go on to work 3 more times, including Dirty Harry, later on, which would blow Eastwood up even more of stardom.
Yeah. Well, Dirty Harry's what really put him in the mainstream.
Yeah.
And kind of took him out of the Western genre, because before this, that's really all he did was Westerns.
Yeah, he had mostly done these international spaghetti Westerns, and I think Two Mules for Sister Sarah is sort of that final spaghetti Western type, even though it's more of an American take on the spaghetti Western. You still have a nice score by Morricone.
Yeah. And
it sort of feels like that no-name character.
Well, you can definitely see the influence of, the Man of No Name trilogy. I was looking up some reviews the other day, and some of the critics were saying this can easily be the fourth in the Man of No Name trilogy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Hogan, Eastwood's character, is dressed just like he was in those films as the Man with No Name.
Yeah.
It's a nice little spin-off of that. And then you add in, Shirley MacLaine, she's honestly a legend, and playing this nun who's, out of sorts and hiding a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
It leads through some comedy roles. I mean, comedic timing, but I don't know. You mentioned reviews. So what did the critics say, or anybody say about this film?
So I always try to look up negative reviews because they're funner to read, because some of them are just... But I honestly couldn't find a whole lot of negative reviews for this movie, which was awesome, that there wasn't a whole lot of negative reviews.
Right.
In fact, Rotten Tomatoes, and this is recent, of course, not when it came out, but Rotten Tomatoes gives it right now, critic rating is 71% and audience rating 73%. Just to go over the budget real quick, it cost $2.5 million to make. Of course, this is 1970s dollars, and it grossed $5 million.
Yeah.
So it was a hit. It was a hit. Roger Ebert gave it. Roger Ebert's kind of weird with this one, because I looked him up and he gives the film 2.5 stars.
Right.
But yet he gives it a glowing review. He talks about how great Eastwood is, how great Shirley MacLaine is, the uniqueness between the Western genre and the comedy genre, and that their banter between each other is great. Like, he doesn't say anything negative in his review. So I'm wondering, why did he give it 2.5 stars? I'm confused by that. I try to find, and this review came out in 1970, so it was his original review. So yeah. I'm not sure why he gave it 2.5 stars after kind of giving it a glowing review. But yeah, some of the negative reviews, and this is current, not in the past.
Like the last 5 years.
Yeah. So this is brand new, a couple months ago, from May 26, 2025. Probably my least favorite Clint Eastwood film that I've ever seen. While the first half of the movie is good, I absolutely do not like the second half, and the twist they try to spin is ridiculous. July
Wow.
2022. I love Clint Eastwood. I love Don Siegel, but this is slow and dated. 2 stars. And this is my absolute favorite. Absolute favorite. 1.5 stars. And all he puts is gay. But my dad likes it.
That's how I found this film. My dad showed it to me, and I had the book Cinema Speculation by Tarantino, and he featured the main, SARA theme or of this film in Django Unchained.
Yeah.
So I have to imagine he's a fan of the film, and I couldn't
Oh,
find
yeah.
anything that he maybe printed on his website or anything, but he did a chapter on Don Siegel and Dirty Harry. So I have to think he probably is a fan of this film.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Don Siegel is one of my favorite directors. He does no wrong. Fantastic
And he's
filmmaker.
got a diverse set of work, really. I mean, but
Yeah.
he also has this grittiness to him as a director, where he's not afraid to show the action and show blood and there's always some sort of groundedness to his work.
I'm looking up real quick here because there was something that Roger Ebert said about Don Siegel that I 100% agree with. Just a second here. Okay, so he says that this is from Roger Ebert. He says Don Siegel is a first-rate director, and what separates him from other action directors is that while he has a knack for directing violence, it's also more exhilarating than disturbing.
Yeah.
And he puts and it says that he also lays into human and funny stories with the violence. And I agree with that because like you can either go 2 different ways. You can either have a fun violence or deeply disturbing violence. And even though like Dirty Harry has some strong violence in it,
Hmm.
it wasn't grotesque. It wasn't over the top. It was grounded. So yeah, that's one really big reason why I like Don Siegel. Um, I want to just give a couple good reviews here. I still can't get over one guy. 1.5 stars. It's gay. Oh, that's so funny. Let's see. 4.5 stars from 2009. This movie was definitely worth seeing. The scenes are both funny and somewhat heartwarming at the same time. Eastwood was terrific as a drunk cowboy. Shirley MacLaine was good as a nun gone wrong, which she wasn't a nun gone wrong, but I highly recommend this movie to those who want to laugh and admire the romance. There's something I'm going to discuss after this real quick here because I've noticed something that people keep saying about Shirley MacLaine's character. Next one, 4 stars. 3 things to say. Sexy nuns, check. Wicked jailbreak, check. A piano, check. With those, how can it not be good? A sexy nun, check. That's all he's looking for.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, there's a shot early on in the film where Clint Eastwood checks her out and is like, if you weren't wearing the garment and you weren't a nun, I wish I had met you earlier or something like that. Yeah,
5 stars. Entertaining pair of actors, good camera shots of Shirley's face, unbelievable removal of an arrow, which is another thing I want to talk about later on. The arrow removal scene. One more here. We'll do 5 stars. A Western classic. What a strange name for a Western, though. The plot is almost screwball-like on paper. This is a Western action-adventure comedy sort of hybrid that works pretty well. It's really well made all around with the 2 leads having great chemistry and an awesome story. But one thing that I noticed while going over the reviews, obviously I didn't read them all, but a lot of them kind of missed the secret, like the twist with Shirley MacLaine. She was never a nun. I mean, we're
right,
going to give it away right now. She was never a nun. She was always a prostitute that dressed up as a nun in order to be saved from whoever comes along.
right. That's for
And
disguise.
yeah, and I guess a lot of people misinterpreted that or misunderstood that. But it's clearly there through the movie. Shirley MacLaine drops little hints, little nuggets throughout the film that she's not who she says she is. And what I loved about that is that we, as the audience, or majority of the audience, um, picks up on that through the movie, while Clint Eastwood also picks up on it.
Yeah, exactly. And she sneaks away and smokes that cigar or joint, whatever. And
Yeah,
then she talks about her butt,
yeah,
and there's clues to without, and Eastwood doesn't buy it either. And also Eastwood also wishes that she wasn't a nun.
hmm
Um, and I think, McLean, Sarah, she really is flirting back at one,
oh yeah.
several points, even when she asks, like, hey, do you want a family? Has there ever been that one woman for you type thing? Um,
I think some, like, she was playing with him, toying with him a little bit, but then as the movie progresses, as they form a bond and a relationship, yeah,
right.
sparks start flying, and they start
It's
being
that moment. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my favorite
oh
part.
sure,
Um, it's the dynamite scene with the railroad, when Eastwood at that point is hurt after the arrow, and we'll go back to that.
yeah,
And she climbs up to set dynamite for this train that's coming, and it's done practically. I have to imagine one take of the train exploding,
oh
or
sure,
the track exploding. So, brave filmmaking by Don Siegel. But at the end of that scene, they end up on top of each other, and you can kind of see that's the moment where they're sort of like, okay,
yeah,
we like each other,
yeah. There's the
as
connection
well
there.
as this intense action scene where she's planting dynamite.
Well,
Uh,
I think that's what, because she's brave,
yeah,
and he didn't think that she would be brave enough
right,
to do that. And
exactly.
she was completely brave. She did it her own, climbed up there, put the dynamite up, and then he helps him shoot because
Yep.
of the arrow that was in his shoulder. He can't keep steady with the rifle, and yeah. So I think that that's when he realizes, I'm kind of into her.
Yeah, and as much as, he saved her early on in the film, she's also been through some stuff. She has survival instincts as well.
Yeah, yeah. That he absolutely picks up on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes as well. I also want to bring out the title of the movie,
Yeah.
because the title has, because one thing that I read in the reviews that I didn't bring up, is a lot of people were saying that the title's confusing. That one review said the title's confusing for this western, and I've saw that a lot. And but really, it's completely fitting for the movie. Number one, it's literal, as she's riding a mule,
Hmm.
but then Clint Eastwood is considered
The other
an
mule.
an ass.
Yeah.
So she's really riding two asses. She's literally and figuratively with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I
Um,
think she even calls him Mr. Mule at one point.
yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
And
Or
to him, she's slowing him down from getting to
yeah,
where he wants to go too.
exactly, exactly. Um, we talked a little bit about Don Siegel and Clint Eastwood's relationship. Like you said, they did four movies together. This
Right.
was the third one. And then he did no second movie, and then he
Second movie,
did.
they did five together, I believe.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, so because after this, they also I looked it up, and they actually were filming this and Dirty Harry back to back.
He
And
mentions in the interview that he's also filming The Beguiled with
oh,
Don
that's right,
Siegel.
that came around. That came out around the same time too, because I believe Dirty Harry came out in '71, and The Beguiled and this came out in the same year, I
Yeah,
believe.
70.
So yeah, so he busy. He was filming basically three movies all at once.
Oh yeah.
Um, and this was also the time where Clint Eastwood started wanting to become a director. And this was the first movie where, because him and Don Siegel had a great, not just working relationship, but they were friends as well. They had a great friendship. And Don Siegel allowed him to shadow his directing in this and in Dirty Harry. And in fact, Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood had a lot of input from directing. And then he went on to direct his first feature film, which was
Play Misty for Me.
Play Misty for Me. And then Don Siegel and Eastwood reunited again, and the following time in '79 for Escape from Alcatraz. which is a phenomenal movie. And then Eastwood became a fantastic director in his own right. What's interesting, real quick, just about Eastwood, I guess I could talk forever about Eastwood. Of course, primarily, as we said, was in the Western genre.
Right.
He wanted to get out of that. So he did Dirty Harry. And I think that he realized the only way he could change the genres, because he knew the Western genre was kind of dying off. And I think he thought the only way that he could show that he has range as an actor and can do more than just be a hardened, cowboy was to direct movies himself and put himself in his own movies. So then you had Play Misty for Me. I mean, you had Outlaw Josie Wells, which was a Western. He
Right.
every periodically he went back to the Westerns. But
Pale
still,
Rider.
yeah, Pale Rider, and then after that was Unforgiven, and that was
Yeah.
his last Western. I've never looked this up to confirm it, but that's what I get the feeling is that he probably thought, well, this is the only way I can actually show I can do more than just Westerns. And he's what, 85?
I think he's 98.
98.
I think yeah.
Let me see here.
He's in his 90s.
Maybe he's 90, 91? 95. Damn.
Yeah, I knew he was up there.
Man, I was thinking he was like late 80s. And he's still directing. Juror number 2 is fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
And he said he's directing one more movie.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say how much directing he's actually doing? But still, he's doing it. He's going to be one of those directors that's going to end up dying on set.
Steven Spielberg said the other day he wants to keep making movies till he dies too.
Their passion. It's their passion. So yeah, that's crazy. That's insane that he's still making movies at 95.
And he has it seems like he has a simple system too, the 2-take rule and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And
he's always under budget,
yeah.
always on time. So he knows how to make a movie. I mean, yeah, he's had some flops, but who hasn't? But he
Right.
always knows how to make a great movie on time, under budget, and that's why the studio loves him.
I mean, I could say The Mule and like Gran Torino, those are fantastic films. And those are later in his life too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember The Mule came out and people didn't really seem to like it, but I loved it.
Oh, that's great.
I thought it was great. And even if his flops are I thought were good.
Yeah, one of the reviews said that this was like their least favorite Clint Eastwood. My least favorite is probably Blood Work.
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
Nah.
But yeah, I don't think Two Mules wasn't like a major hit, but it made its money back, and it was a big enough hit to keep Clint Eastwood, keep doing movies.
Right, exactly.
One of my other favorite scenes. I mean, I love the beginning as well. The shots that Don Siegel sets up.
Oh yeah.
The blocking. I mean, when you're down on the ground and see Clint Eastwood up above on the ridge, or I don't want to say mountain, but on the cliff or whatever, and you just see him standing there almost in silhouette. It's just great. And then he doesn't waste time. He throws a stick of dynamite
Yeah.
to the guy, and they're like, "Holy crap!" But yeah, I love the beginning. The arrow scene. I mean, yeah, the blood looks like paint.
Paint.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say get your red paint ready for the
Yeah.
show today.
but overall, it was actually portrayed more realistically than I've seen other. Even in modern movies, I haven't seen arrows shot through someone portrayed 100% realistically.
I think there was one in Rambo 2 where he does maybe like cauterizes his wound or something, puts some fire through his, I don't know, he does something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You're right, this was more realistic.
yeah, I mean, people don't realize it's an arrowhead. It's got two sharp edges on the. You don't just pull it out. If you pull it out, you're going to tear all the flesh and blood vessels or whatever in your skin. And you're going to get sepsis and you're going to have dying. And the reason why a lot of people say to break it is to release the pressure. But they did a pretty good job at realistically showing how to remove the arrow. So I thought that was really the train, the beginning, the arrow are probably my three favorite scenes
Oh yeah, I definitely think the first half, three quarters is the strongest part of this film.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I also like the setup and payoff with the Mexican in
Yeah,
the beginning, and then he's laying on his deathbed near the middle of the movie, and they see her. The soldiers see her dressed up as a nun, so they think that she is a nun, and they go
yeah,
ask her to give his last rites, and she realizes this is the Mexican that was after me, so I loved her acting during that scene because it's like she knew she couldn't
yeah.
let her give anything away, but she also had to act like a nun the best she could. And
Right.
then she runs out to Eastwood and says, "I know that guy," but he doesn't care. He's just like, so what?
Yeah, exactly.
We need to go. But yeah, the
And they
banter.
end up finding themselves in between this like Mexican-French war
Yeah,
and um, end up being on the side of the freedom fighters.
yeah, exactly. I love that too. You want to talk some of the banter between Eastwood and McClane? I mean, the banter is just great.
Oh yeah, and Eastwood's delivery really, with every line he's just like, women aren't patient, stuff like that.
Yeah,
He's clearly frustrated that he saved this woman. I mean, he doesn't say that she's better off dead, but he kind of implies that he's really frustrated with her slowing him
right.
down, and he makes fun at her religion, Catholicism, being a nun. Well, that how can that be approved? If you're a nun, and have
Yeah,
you ever thought, did you have a man? Were you with men before you became a nun? He's always like trying to poke at the bear, and she gives it right back.
yeah, 100%.
And she's like, "What about you? Have you been married? You settled down, stuff like that." He's basically like, "Hell no." If they didn't have chemistry, the movie not work would not work at all.
Oh yeah, there'd be no movie.
Yeah,
Um, while you're saying this, I was just thinking of another little hint that she drops, and that's near the beginning after they are together and they're at night. It's at night, and he's cooking the snake. Right? Is it the
yeah,
snake? And she's eating it. And she's sitting on the ground eating it, and she's showing her ankles. And then she realizes and pulls down her dress real quick. If you're a nun, you're not going to be that loose where you're going to end up accidentally showing your ankles.
probably have
Uh,
high water socks or something.
yeah, yeah, and so that was a little hint there that this girl's not who she says she is.
And the score is amazing, actually. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it really sets the mood and still holds up.
and
And
I do
like a legend.
like the review that I read at the beginning where it says a quirky score. I liked it. I thought it was yeah. It's just like the movie itself. It's not your traditional western. It's not a traditional score either, and the score completely fits and works for the tone of the movie. Would you say this is? Would you say this is your favorite? One of your favorite westerns?
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I think
I
it's good. I
yeah.
think but I wouldn't say it's like a top 10 western for me.
So what I would say is that it's not one of my favorite westerns, but it's one of my favorites fun westerns.
Yeah, I
That makes
enjoy it
sense.
quite a bit.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable, very entertaining. And I was also surprised how violent it was.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it goes there with the violence. Not too much because it's PG, but still, it shows blood. Like when the soldiers, I believe the Mexican soldiers, are lined up against the wall,
mm-hmm.
and they shoot him,
An
and it
execution.
shows,
Yeah,
yeah, the execution, and just it shows blood all over the wall. And I love Shirley MacLaine's acting during that scene as well. She's in shock and she wants to try to help, but she can't.
no, she can't. Yeah,
And so it's almost like she saw the horrors what's happening to her, but now she's seeing the horrors what's happening to regular people in these villages with the French. Is it the French? What do you call them?
yeah. Army or whatever,
Yeah,
military.
yeah. And I think that also eggs her on to want to help Eastwood more too, to try to, especially at the ending. I mean, the ending is great as well. and then they get all the riches at the ending.
Yeah,
It was just
things
great.
change.
I love it when she's riding the mule just packed in her dress, and then Clint Eastwood is what he has all the gold with
Yeah,
him, and he's like struggling.
and he's still like, hurry up in a way.
Yeah, like hurry up, stop. And she's like, I'm coming. Yeah, it's a great movie.
The only thing I would say though, I think the pacing kind of slows down a little bit near the beginning of the third act when they're like walking through the castle and stuff. I thought that was kind of slow for me.
I don't think it's so much that it's gonna stir you away from like it's not gonna lose your attention. I don't think.
Right. But I would just those are kind of minor nitpicks for me, and also
Yeah,
like some of the deaths are like over, people just wailing, falling down, like extras or whatever.
yeah.
It hasn't aged well for me, but
The
other than
Wilhelm
that, I mean,
scream.
it's still really enjoyable.
Yeah, I think the Wilhelm scream was used a couple times. Ah!
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, but then again, it was 1970. I
Yeah.
mean,
On
um,
location, I mean, Eastwood even did some of his own stunts.
yeah.
Um, there's a point where I think he's holding a stick of dynamite. It's lit, and he holds it for a while. And I was thinking, is that real? And then he throws it at the door and explodes.
I
So
don't know.
I don't
I
know if that was like,
I don't think he would actually have a live stick of
I don't
dynamite in
either,
his
but because I
mouth,
was thinking maybe
but
they had like a trigger for the door to explode, a timing thing. But
I'm sure. I'm sure they wanted a wrist blowing his head off during the production.
yeah, it looked real
Uh,
though. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
but that also shows the production design, the artwork, the effects of how realistic it looks. Yeah, I mean,
The 4K looks amazing.
yeah, I did a comparison between the previous Blu-ray and the 4K, and it looks incredible.
Yeah, it's the international cut only on 4K. I actually have never seen the domestic cut.
I've never have either,
Yeah,
so I don't know what the differences are. What's the time runtime difference?
it's 9 minute difference.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming maybe some of the violence is cut down a little bit.
Probably, I would assume so. But 9 minutes, but not a whole 9 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm sure maybe some of the slow parts, like what you were saying, may have been trimmed too.
I'll have to
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah,
Well, if you guys are watching this out there and you've seen the domestic cut and the international cut, let us know the differences because I'm curious. I mean, I may check it out later, but I don't know because I don't know.
right.
But
There's so much to watch right now.
yeah, too much. But yeah, well, before we wrap this up, I want to know before we give our star review,
Okay.
I want to know what is your top three favorite westerns.
Okay. All right. At this time, in this moment, my top three westerns: Good, Bad, and Ugly, Unforgiven, and Dances with Wolves.
Ooh, nice. The director's cut, the 4 hour
Yeah.
director's cut. Um, yeah. Unforgiven for me for sure is Unforgiven. Now I know a lot of people say like No Country for Old Men is a western. I don't really consider
It's like a neo-western.
yeah, but I don't. I'm talking about
No.
a western. Not a modern day tale that's set in Middle Texas. I'm always torn between a fistful of dollars and Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I mean, they're both great films, and I always go back and forth between the two. Trying to think. I just thought of this question on the spot, so I haven't
Yeah, it's a tough one because I'm
given
now
much
thinking of
attention
like
to.
310 to Yuma. I love both of those, the remake and the
Oh, Three
original.
Chin to Yuma is great. The
Yeah.
original is great too. Um, I don't know. I can't really.
I mean, you can't go
Yeah,
wrong with like Shane, those older ones too, and
yeah, yeah. High Noon is great.
yeah, High Noon.
Yeah, I mean, I hear constantly from people that they don't like the Western genre because it's boring. And I always say, give it another shot. If you're younger, I can see that more. I mean, I know there's stuff that my dad used to watch that I was like, oh, brother, this is boring.
Uh, hey, if you're younger, I would say watch Django Unchained. I think it's like a modern Western. I think a lot of people could get into, and then maybe adventure on to other Westerns.
Right, right. So that would be a good one to start with. And I think another one to start with is Unforgiven.
Yeah.
I think those two, I would recommend those two to start off with if you want to get into the Western genre. And then,
I mean, the Western and the samurai genre are just timeless, really. I mean, those are used in comic book films. Logan used a lot of the Western tropes.
yeah,
It's just that hero's journey, man, or just the redemption journey, or revenge. I mean, any revenge film is really sort of based in a Western.
yeah, you cannot go wrong with a good Western. I mean, the cinematography is always gorgeous. It's always gorgeous to look at with those landscapes and vistas.
I mean, I almost said Horizon Chapter One too, because
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like even though it was made today, it was set in that time period. So just like Django Unchained was set in that time period. So I would still consider it as a Western. What I don't consider a Western is movies that take place in modern time. Just because it's set in the middle of New Mexico or Texas, it doesn't mean it's a Western. If you haven't seen Horizon out there, it is a must see. It is an amazing film.
it's
And
got a lot of things that this movie had. The Two Mules Sister Sarah's got in it. It's got great score, just phenomenal acting, and it's all like on location, going, traveling west. I mean, just
Two Meals for Sister Sarah. I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. What are you giving it?
I'm with you there. 4 stars as well. It's an enjoyable Western. I mean, it could be one to get into as well. I think if you're okay with, an early '70s film, if you like Clint Eastwood and you haven't seen this film, I think you have to see it. It's just worthy of seeing.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, and I think it could appeal to both men and women.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like we said, it's not your traditional Western. It's more
No,
unique because it has a really good blend of action. Excuse me, action, violence, comedy, romance, and he gets the girl in the end. Um,
he joins
and
her in the bath.
yeah, I love that. Uh, yeah, it's a good movie. So yeah, guys, let us know in the comment section if you've seen Two Mules for Sister Sarah, what your thoughts are on the movie are. Do you agree with our 4-star review? Also, let us know what Western films you love the most. And we're gonna go ahead and tease next
Oh,
Friday.
I gotta say another one
Oh,
that
go ahead. Go ahead.
I love this movie. Now, at first I don't know, I didn't really get into it, but then it like grew on me. I was like, oh my God, I kept watching it get better and better. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's got to be one of my top westerns, actually.
I saw it once, and it was on TV, so it was the cut version, and I loved it. Sam Peckinpah, one of my
Yeah,
all-time
we
favorite
have to mention
directors.
Sam Peckinpah in the western genre. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, he's got to
Sam,
be one of the top directors of westerns.
he is one of my all-time favorite directors, Sam
Yeah,
Peckinpah. And Criterion put out a 4K of it, and it comes with 3 different cuts. And I don't know which cut is considered the best cut. Uh, so it's the theatrical cut, I believe, an director's cut, and then they have a 50th anniversary extended cut.
the
I'm
50th.
assuming
I think the 50th anniversary is closest to the vision
of Peckinpah.
I wanted,
Yeah, that's
according to the supplements on that disc.
okay. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
I'm
Yeah,
not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of the intro because I like I think it's the theatrical intro better. Because in the new one they have like this black and white flash forward to that
oh
being
really?
later and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I remember Bob Dylan. He
Oh
was
yeah,
in the beginning of I think Simon, my brother Simon. He saw the 50th anniversary, and he said that the Bob Dylan song is later in that cut.
yeah. They re-edited. They changed where the music is too. I didn't. I guess I got used to
Mm.
the other version.
Yeah, guys. So let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on Two Meals for Sister Sarah. If you agree with our 4-star review, and let us know what your favorite Western movie is. And next week, come back here Friday because we're going to be taking a look at William Friedkin's masterpiece, Sorcerer. And I have a lot to say about this movie. This movie, number one, is incredible. It's my favorite William Friedkin movie. But people mistake, I think that what hurt the movie was the name of the title of the movie, which we'll get into later in that review. Because, I have a lot to say about the movie.
Yep, mine is coming this week. I just ordered it.
Awesome. Criterion 4K. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on Two Guys and a Movie. Come back here next Friday, and we will see you guys next time.